and gambling?
Yeah, I said a bit of a rant's probably too strong a word, but I had my opinions on gambling and its influence, not just on football, but in the world today, and the damage it does. And this is just another example of it, really. I was shocked by the situation with Ivan Toney when it came out, and he received the length of ban that he did. So now I suppose Tonali's ban being accused, if you like, or judged of committing the same crime, one is perhaps a bit less surprised. But 10 months is an incredible time, you know, to stop playing football for 1 year, basically, and then have to come back to it. For him, it's a tragedy, really, and for the club too. But that's where we are with betting at the moment, and I suppose any players who feel that maybe I can still get away with doing a bit of betting while I'm a footballer, maybe they should really start to think twice now after what we've seen happen to Ivan and to Sandro.
From a Palace perspective, in terms of team use for his legacy?
I think he had a fantastic life. He was a fantastic man, incredible success, actor, theatrical entrepreneur, really. I mean, I've been to a lot of the plays that Bill's put on and invited me to. Fantastic knowledge of music. Certainly one of the most interesting people I've even listened to on Desert Island Discs as well. I thought he was outstanding. But most of all, Bill Kenwright was such a football fan and such an Everton fan. I thought it was quite incredible. And I've been very saddened, of course, you know, that the fans, when they turn on the club, have also turned, to some extent, their anger on him these past couple of seasons. But if there's one person who deserves nothing but praise from all people who have Everton in some sort of regard in their heart, then Bill Kenwright should have been right up there at the top, because, you know, what that man did and would have done and wanted to do for Everton, there's no one ever going to replace him in that respect. Very sad for Jenny, sad for his family. And really, other than to continue to say what high regard I have for him, I can't really add anything to that.
Thanks for that, Roy. In the last hour, we've learned that
Premier League and he's hit the ground running.
No, I'm not surprised at all. I knew Ange many years ago when I worked for that short period in Australia for the City Group. I came across him and spent time with him there. I've always known about his quality as a coach. I've always been impressed with him as a person, as a leader. So it didn't surprise me at all that he started well. I think that the recruitment's been good as well on this occasion. They're the right sort of players for him and the way he wants to play. So that's always good when you get that balance right. So he might have been unknown or a bit of a surprise to a lot of the people in the country, but he certainly was no surprise to me. And you know what he did at Celtic, which is a tough club to work at, was also incredibly impressive. So I shall enjoy meeting him tomorrow night, and I will tell him how well I think he's doing and congratulate him. But then hopefully we'll both try to beat each other, because we have a lot of respect for each other.
I think coming into the Premier League, people would have just watched betting fans.
Well, it happens in the Muslim world, but I mean, we in the Western world haven't had that type of draconian ideas on what companies can sponsor football and what companies and what people can't sponsor football. And if I was involved in a betting company, I wouldn't necessarily agree that because we sponsor your club and give you lots of money, that means we're turning your players into gamblers. You know, the decision to gamble, the decision to do that is very much an individual decision. You could argue, and you could put, well, maybe with the result of clubs taking such an interest in football clubs, more education might be necessary. Maybe they can step in and help us. I couldn't disagree with that. But for me, you know, what happened to Ivan, what's happened to Sandro, that unfortunately is their responsibility. And it's not the fact that maybe they played for a football team with a betting name or a betting company's name on their shirt. I can't agree to that.
And do you think we'll see more problems with players getting in? What has he done that proven winners Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte.
Oh no, don't go down that. I don't go down that route.
Go on,
so
go down that route for me.
I
Ryan.
don't go down the comparison route. You're talking about three of the very, two of the very top managers in the game. At the moment, I probably have to say that much as though I respect and like Andy and have great respect for what he's done, I don't know that his CV matches Conte's and Mourinho's. So if he continues on this track that he's on, then maybe in a couple of years' time you'll be interviewing me, although I doubt it, but it could happen in a couple of years' time, and then you'll be asking me to make that sort of comparison. I'll do it, but at the moment I'm content to say that he's doing a very good job. I think he's a very good coach and manager. I am surprised that people are suggesting it's a surprise. I've made that very clear, but I'm not prepared to go into discussions that, why didn't Mourinho do it, or why did... Perhaps they did. I mean, I don't know. You need to really know what a manager is doing, how well or how badly. You've got to be in the club at that time, and I've only ever watched Tottenham from the outside.
Maybe a better question, because we like to always give everything.